Here are the hottest SEO news and resources from the last week, the most clicked ones from the latest SEOFOMO newsletter. Today's edition is sponsored by Href. Thank you very much, Href, for your sponsorship. Now, let's go through the top news. The most clicked news from the latest edition of SEOFOMO is this coverage about Google quality raters now asked to assess whether content is AI generated by Danny Goodwin. Danny shared how John Mueller in the last week Search Central Live event in Madrid, where I, among many others in the Spain-based SEO community, attended, shared in his presentation that they are now asking quality raters to assess if the main content of a page is auto or AI generated. And if so, they are asked to give it the lowest rating. Although this is not completely new because this change was part of the January 2025 update, it is interesting how it was highlighted in his presentation. And although I pretty much covered most of the news and insights that they were sharing at the event in LinkedIn, X, Blue Sky, this was pretty much the share that got the highest engagement and reshares. I guess is because it wasn't that clear before, and now it is. So it's important to be aware of this and take this into account when leveraging AI for your content at scale. If you want to take a look at more about what was announced and shared at the Search Central Live event in Madrid last week, you also have this article in which I shared the top 5 AI insights, how AI search and AI overviews work, and how to optimize or not for them. Google pretty much says that there's no need to do anything different right now to appear on them. Monitoring and tracking AIOs and Gemini searches. They also confirmed that they are not expecting right now to release anything different in the Google Search Console to track them. And the future of SEOs with LLMs, for example, thankfully, it seems that we will still have a job. So yes, at least there's that. And also, Clara Soteras did another excellent coverage, going through many more of the Google News, insights, and announcements that they did. So go and take a look. The other most clicked resource from the latest SEO FOMO was the best of published decks from the latest Brighton SEO that happened last week. I curated the best decks that had been published already, and I am updating with additional decks that had been sent my ways that hadn't been initially published. So this is a resource that I leave from the newsletter, got a lot of engagement. And if you are looking to go through some of the best presentations from Brighton SEO that have been published, go and take a look. Another very popular resource is this analysis from Beeri Amiel of XFunnel, going through what should be your content strategy for LLM optimization, a study of 668K citations. In this analysis, Beeri covers what content do LLMs use the most, what is the cited content for B2B versus B2C, if the citations differ between different regions, how does content type changes across the different parts of the funnels, and far more with very actionable takeaways. For example, that product content prevails across regions and funnel stages, pages providing facts, specifications, and information about products, vendor comparisons, or product pages, best of lists, etc., were very dominant in AI citations. Varied support sources, news, and research consistently show up as secondary references, particularly when queries involve timely information or scientific depth, also the regional nuances, and far more. So if you're looking to better understand what is the type of content that get more visibility for different type of queries, go and take a look at this in-depth, comprehensive, and actionable analysis. Last but not least, in today's editions is the 3 ways to optimize for AI search bots. Tim Resnik goes through what we should take into account to facilitate the crawlability of our content in order to be shown in LLMs. He shares how we should start with an audit, how we should take a look at our log file, and what are the bots that we should be looking for, determine your goals, and develop a governance strategy that prioritizes ROI. I love this type of resources because it shows that although we should focus for additional different bots than the traditional search engines, pretty much the fundamentals for crawlability and indexability are the same. Also taking into account that it seems that certain LLMs don't yet render JavaScript. So it's even more important to avoid over-relying on it if we want all of our content to be correctly shown in LLM's answers. In any case, this is a great resource that I highly, highly recommend you to take a look at to stay on top of AI things. Finally, I want to finish our today's episode by thank you Ahrefs for sponsoring it. Ahrefs have just released their own AI search tracker called Brand Radar. I have been testing Brand Radar myself. They have focused it so far on AI overviews visibility, and you can pretty much add your own brand versus your competitors, as well as the top queries that describe your business or products or services that you want to be shown on. And besides showing the competitive landscapes in terms of mentions and visibility, you can actually take a look at where are these mentions coming for you and your competitors, with very flexible filters and far more. So if you're already using Ahrefs, it is a no-brainer because right now it is included in all paid subscription. If you are not yet using Ahrefs, well, what are you waiting for? This is one of the so many useful functionalities they have. Go and take a look. And if you want to learn more about the latest in SEO and you don't want to wait until the next week, go and take a look at the SEOFOMO news. This is the website where you will see the latest SEO news pretty much in real time through the week without having to wait to the next newsletter or the next edition of the SEO FOMO too long. Didn't read hottest in SEO. Thank you very much again, and don't forget to follow me, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Until the next time, bye-bye.